Yeah, thanks for the question. And in the pandemic, we've been getting this question quite a bit. And the short answer is it depends. Um, Generally speaking, when you come here on a tourist visa, it's known as a B2 visa, you're not allowed to engage in employment. And the definition of employment is really, really wide. It's very expansive under the immigration law. So certainly, if you're providing a service to a US company or getting paid in US dollars into a US bank account, it should be pretty clear. The answer is no, you can't do that. The fact that you might be doing the work on a laptop, or the fact that your company might have a branch overseas, or that you're working for an overseas branch of a company that has a US presence, doesn't matter. Um, and what most people mean is that they might have a small outfit or a small company that does not have a US presence, and they have a foreign bank account in their home country, and they have contracts that are completely outside the United States. They're just accessing that work physically from inside the United States while they're here on a tourist visa. And generally speaking, that's okay, right? As long as there's no US client and the ties to the United States, getting paid where the bank account is, the services being provided are not in the United States, it's not likely to run afoul of any immigration law. However, you also need to consider the tax consequences of this. Because if you're inside the United States, different government agencies have different ways of determining whether you're subject to US taxation. And the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, takes the position that if you're in the US, regardless of status, whether it be a tourist visa or even out of status, if you're in the US for more than 35 nights out of the year, and there's a more complex formula looking back over the last 3 years, then you're going to be subject to US taxation. And that can cause serious problems if there's a record of that tax payment or tax liability, and that pops up when you try to re-enter the United States at some point in the future. So obviously, the safest thing, if you're going to come here as a tourist, be a tourist, right? A little bit of work here and there for an offshore or an overseas company might not be a big deal, but you want to basically stay on the very safe side of the law. If you have a particular situation that requires you to get some tailored advice, talk to an immigration attorney, get the right advice before you come and before the law is potentially violated. Your right to prosperity is a human right. We strongly believe in that. Contact us for any further assistance. Thanks for the question.